Hey guys, Kerbal 118 here. Back on YouTube with Kerbal Space Program. I've never played this on YouTube before. I don't believe in updating it, so you won't see the updated version down here. I did just try to record an episode of Five Nights at Freddy's, but it didn't really work. I died, so I'm not gonna upload that video. Let's see, since the last YouTube video, got a girlfriend. That's about it. But yeah, I had a ship that I wanted to try out on here today and see if it worked. The X-571. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to going to reset all these because these are all screwed up. Right, that pair. Alright, so the reasoning behind the X571. The X571. Reasoning behind it is it's a ship that can go. It's a space plane basically, except not. It's a rocket, but not. Anyway, it's an experimental ship that have air breathing and rocket mode engines and a lot of RCS in the front, or else it'd go completely whack. Now, I'm going to use infinite fuel on all three accounts because why not? We have Shipvis Kerman, and I think this might make flight. A lot of engines. Oh, and when we decide to come back into orbit, this whole part with these wings detaches and then can fly back down to Earth and leave this part in orbit. Alright, so let's try this out. It takes a second to get itself in the air. When we get up pretty high, I'll switch it to rocket mode. Actually, I might do that right now. No, don't be swaying. Alright, so that's rocket mode. And I'm gonna not activate that one. I'm gonna turn these ones onto rockets. Wait. I wasn't paying attention to the engines, where was I? I'm gonna call this one a failure. Alright, so what we're gonna do is go back down, and I think we should try again. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, so revert flight, back to launch. I was not paying attention to the engines. Don't know why I wasn't, but I guess it just didn't seem important to me. So let's close the cargo bay doors. Let's leave those two on air breathing, these two on rocket, these four on rocket because these ones are mainly just used in space. What I'm going to do, make sure that one did not change it. Alright, so what I'm going to do, engage the engines in RCS and SAS. That way we're immediately launching without any hassle. Forgot to put the gear up. That might have been great to do. So, now we have a smooth takeoff. And then we still have overheating on the two rockets. and the 2 airs. I guess it's just inevitable. That's gonna overheat. Switching them all over to rocket, and I'll just control the thrust. I almost overheated again. These are overheating. Bring it down to a good power. So we're still accelerating, but we're also not overheating the engines. Let's turn the lights on in the cockpit. Maybe retract the cockpit. Make it look cool. Maybe use some of the RCS to help us get up even faster. Doesn't. Well, it works a little. Shepvis is just freaking out in there. Looks like a freaking J.J. Abrams movie. All the lens flares. I'm gonna crank up the engines a little more. Bring them back down to an acceptable limit of overheating. The X-551, I believe. Yep. I don't remember the names of my ships. I'm not going to put this in orbit because I don't feel like having to take it all out of orbit, because I think it's going to be a pain in the butt, because I think on the older models of this that I built, it was like the worst thing to do was trying to take it out of orbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a burn, make it, you know, maybe I could have done, you know, okay, so just let's say I'm in orbit. All 4. That's my phone going off. You know, just say we were in orbit, you know, I'm ready to go. So we detach. We crank up the engines. Crank them up. Yeah, I was wondering why they weren't firing. Retract the cockpit because it's more of like a fighter mode in my opinion. So once it's retracted, engage all thrusters. Makes it look better too. We're coming back down into orbit. The engines are overheating, that's normal. As we start to enter the atmosphere, they'll probably overheat a lot more, but we're using some RCS to help us get into. So we're switching strictly to RCS right now. We should be experiencing re-entry in a few seconds or so, maybe a minute. I hate this part because I think they're gonna add mechanics that have it overheat, like start like heating up the aircraft and everything. But this kind of looks like an X-wing without the X and the wings, but it looks like the JJ X-wing. Alright, so here we're experiencing re-entry. You can hear the clicking on my mouse, I'm terribly sorry. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna deploy the parachutes. And what the parachutes are gonna do, they're gonna help slow us down by a lot. As you can see, we're decelerating very quickly. Now something I like to do is use a little thrust to get down to Kerbal. And I turn that up right before I hit the surface. I mean, right before I hit surface, I turn it off because it gets horrible with landing. Alright, so right about here is when I turn it off. And we're about to hit the surface. If you can hear people yelling, sorry, that's my family. And then we have landed the X-571 shuttle part, or fighter part, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll just blow it up. Oh, or we'll take off. Either one works. But, wonder how long this video has been, because it feels like I've only been recording for like a minute. Actually past 10 minutes. Wow. Anyway, guys, comment favorite if you enjoy. Like and favorite if you enjoy. I kept saying that today. Comment if you want to. Subscribe to stay up to date with all my new videos. And as freaking always, I'll see you guys later.